This is Chef Corso Tries, you guessed it, Waffle House. I'm here to put you on the path to great meals on your outdoor treks, and sometimes the path brings you to a Waffle House. And I've been to Waffle House one time in my life, and it was in northern Alabama at about 4 a.m. on a road trip with my college buddies down to Panama City, Florida. And that's a pretty appropriate time to try a Waffle House. This is a really good chance to get reintroduced to the menu because frankly, I don't remember what it tasted like because it was 4 a.m. in the middle of Alabama. So what I ordered here is not the whole menu because that would be a lot of things. But I did order the things that make Waffle House famous. So what I have is a waffle, and I went with the pecan waffle because that is a little bit different. That sounds interesting. I went with the classic diner breakfast of eggs, bacon, Texas toast, slightly thicker toast, and some grits, classic option here in the South. And then I went with some hash browns. And the thing about Waffle House, if you've never been here before, is you can get them a lot of different ways. You can get them basic, and I actually wrote this down because it's kind of a lot. You can get them smothered with onions, covered with a slice of American cheese, chunked with ham, diced with tomato, peppered with jalapenos, and capped with mushrooms. And I went all of those things in there. You can add chili to the top too. I didn't go for the chili here today. Didn't think I needed that with all these other options. And they also have a pork chop on the menu, which is super interesting, which we'll try here in a second. So I know a lot of you guys have a very intimate relationship with Waffle House. It's maybe a nostalgic flavor that you went with your grandma or your grandpa, or you have a consistent time that you like to go, say after church on a Sunday, and you have your standard order and you go there. And for other folks out there, you might not know that Waffle House even exists, or it's this southern white whale unicorn that maybe serves waffles and hash browns in some fashion. I would recommend sometime in your lifetime to go to a Waffle House because it is a scene and they do have some options. And we're gonna see if the food is any good. So let's get going here. So I ordered my eggs over medium. So let's see what we've got. And actually, yep, pretty solid over medium. Nice runny egg. I like a runny egg for me. Yep, tastes like eggs. A little bit of salt in there, so that's good. Try their bacon. Actually, solid flavor. Thin, but not too thin. And chewy, a little bit crispy. So solid there. On the side of the classic breakfast is some grits. Grits are super classic option, traditional in the South. These are white grits. You can also get yellow grits, so check them out. Grits can be really good. This is not one of those times. They're really bland, they're really thick. They need some salt, and they need some butter, and they need some hot sauce, and they need a whole lot more. So I don't really need to try more of that. You know, let's get into this waffle here. Wow, pretty thick waffle. I remember them being a lot thinner. See that? Definitely need some syrup. You can have a full waffle experience. Give that a dunk. Big chunks of pecan in there. So, wow, surprising. I thought it'd be like pretty dusty and pretty small. Maple syrup, not bad. You know I got this to go. I got this to go, so it's a little bit soft. I want my waffle a whole lot crispier, and it's pretty soft and a little gummy. It's interesting. Flavor-wise, it's actually not that bad. Texture-wise, not the best. As I finish off my bite here, let's head over to the hash browns. And why I'm sitting in the grass is they didn't really let me film inside, which is kind of a bummer because I really wanted to show you what it looks like in there, but that's their choice. And I'm fine eating hash browns in the grass. All right, so let's see if I can get all of my stuff in here, dotted and covered and smothered and all the things. Jalapenos, mushrooms, tomatoes, ham, cheese. That's not that bad. Hash browns, I could go for a little crispier. The additions in there, though, are quite good and really make this quite tasty and quite colorful. It's funny, there's just one slice American cheese on here. So it's not really that cheesy, which is sort of funny. I'm not a huge fan of American cheese. It has one quality in that it melts, but then flavor doesn't taste all that great. But that's not Waffle House's problem. Another bite. I haven't added any salt or any pepper or any hot sauce. Actually, those are quite flavorful. I would add a little bit more of a few things just to make it to my personal flavor. Well, that's pretty good. Again, I like them a little bit crispier, but flavor-wise, not bad, and I love having all the stuff in there. All right. Hot toast, Texas toast. Yep, tastes like bread, nothing fancy there. All right, lastly, try our pork chop. It does have a nice color on both sides, so that's good. It's not too thin, definitely not thick. It is seasoned quite well. Salt and pepper on both sides. I was really scared that this was going to be overcooked because it's so thin, and it's actually not that bad. Do I want this pork chop every day? No. Well, they did a pretty solid job with how thin it is. So overall, Waffle House tasting, how is it? I would give it a really good solid 5, maybe 5.5. Some of the dishes are cooked perfectly and actually cooked really, really well with some good flavor. I think I'm lacking on flavor and texture from the grits and lacking on some crispiness and texture from the waffles and from the hash browns. But overall, not that bad. Is it amazing? No. Is it bad? No, it's not. And it's actually really darn solid, especially if you're in a pinch, driving through town, one of these smaller southern towns. Give it a try. Really, really not that bad. And you can make it your own as far as mix and match and all this stuff. And it's also a really economical spot to get a solid filling meal. So get out there, cook something amazing somewhere awesome, or try a new place in your hometown or on a road trip. Oka boka.
Good.
Solid.
That grit looks awful.
These are not good grits. These are why people don't like grits.
I like the waffle.
Right?